welcome back to another daily live. We are back at it again with another live. Y'all thought we wouldn't be here because we traveling? Well, you thought wrong. Because we are still here today. Back with another live trying to keep it going. Different setting, different view, same message, same mode. I just woke up from a good little nap, little nappy nap. Been doing all this running around. The traveling, I think the traveling is still kicking in on me. That's what it is. The travel's still kicking in, and I'm trying to catch up on sleep, catch up on rest, and catch up on things like that from just a week. It's something crazy that happens to your body when your mind knows you can rest. When you finally get that moment of rest, and you can just you're like, you know what, I ain't gotta take care of nothing like crazy important. I ain't gotta go to practice. I ain't have nothing like pressing. We ain't got no games coming up. It's just pure relaxation time with family and relaxing your mind, man. Dang. When your mind gets to relax, you start realizing all how tired or how worn out your body really is. And you need that break. I was talking to Big Deuce before his last game. And shout out to Big Deuce. They got their dub right before his last game of the season or the regular season before this break started. He was like, "Yeah, man, it's time to get a dub." You know what I mean? It's time to get a win. He got that win right before the break. It was the first ever win their team got this season. That's crazy. Think about that. They beat the third place team. They didn't get no win until now. Till he got here. Till he got there. So shout out to them because he definitely deserved that. Doing big things for what he doing. Putting the city. You know, it don't go far. It don't really make it seem like it matters the most that you get. You ain't win nothing all year. Well, this team ain't won one game all year, and they finally get a dub. But it only takes one win. It only takes one win to change your life, change your situation, change your mood, change your attitude. Can start a domino effect in your life once you get one win. And he always had that same mindset. He was like, man, forget all that just coming out here just to play and we suck and we sorry we not a good team, so we ain't gotta worry about winning and not go hard. He's like, nah, I'm not that. That's not the type of person I am. Dude, let's go get us a dub. And he said he was getting on to his teammates and stuff like that. Like, come on, man, let's go get us a dub. Let's not keep playing it safe or just acting like we're just destined to lose, which is not, that's just not who he is. That's not who we are. We winners. Winners hang around winners. Winners push each other to be winners. We always pushing each other to be better, to be better fathers, to be better individuals, to be better leaders, to be better players. And when you get a dub, and so when he got that dub, I was hyped. Of course, I was hyped. I was with my whole teammate, and I was hyped, cheering them on. Get that dub, beating the third place team. Y'all the last place team with 0 wins. And we had got ours. We got our dub to end the season, but it's just it only takes one. It only takes one win to get you going. You know, yeah, I'm here on break. I'm back at home, and I get to like chill and take care of things I need to take care of for only a period of time. It's not like I'm not going to not do anything. Still got to go to the weight room and lift because that's just life. I still got to stretch, but the pressing need to like get something done. Sometimes you need that little breakaway. You need that little breakaway from everything that you're doing just to reset the mind. It's like when you're working out all the time, you just say you work out 3-4 days in a row. Take a rest for like a day, day and a half, or 2 days even after you worked out for probably like 4-5 days straight hard. And you get that like 2 days rest and you come back, it's like you rejuvenated. You let your battery charge. You let your body. You let your mind charge. Sometimes you gotta step away. Sometimes you gotta move. not even move back, but sometimes you just got to step away to rest, recuperate, get your mind right before you can come back into the second part of whatever you're doing and dominate it. And that's how I feel going into the second part of the season. You know, free. It's like perfect everything how it all lined up. Finished out first. Got to travel home, spend my time with my family, and just rest my mind and think about what's next. You know, appreciate everything that's passed, but to think about what's next. And if people don't understand, thinking takes a lot of energy. It takes 25% of your energy just to think, to use your brain. That's why a lot of people don't use their brain. That's why a lot of people don't think. No, a lot of people don't take the time to think. It's a daunting task to think because people like people to tell them what to do instead of them thinking for themselves. You know, so this time for me is a time of thinking, of reflection on where I'm at in life. Like I said yesterday's video, you know, just being able to, you know, see why you're working and doing everything that you're doing and what's the reason you're doing it for. When you get to see that, you know what I mean? You can add to your plan or fix or adjust or do all the things you need to do to your plan so you can be able to progress in your life. That's all we're trying to do here is progress in life, in our financials. This week was big for me because I was thinking a lot about my finances. I was thinking a lot about what I was going to do. I had to take care of. I almost got everything I needed. Almost got everything I needed. I just was missing one thing. And the only reason I didn't get it is because of it wouldn't arrive on time. Like the time it's supposed to arrive, it wouldn't arrive on time. I was trying to get a new camera piece, a new lens, and basically the time it wouldn't have got here with Amazon Prime. The Amazon Prime wouldn't allow it to get here on time. But I got 90%. I got a new phone. I got all the other accessories that come with the phone that I need. I got accessories for the camera and things like that, which is actually pretty good for me. I need to do that. Come back home. I got shoes coming in. There's a bunch of, I got to get socks and underwear, blah, 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 blah. Blase squaze. I get to get all these things. But the most important thing is I get to sit back and reflect on my wealth journey and see where I'm at. I get to go into a new year with a new plan, not stressed, not discombobulated by the things that I have to take care of and overwhelm and let that affect a lot of things that I had going on in other parts of my life. When you let overwhelming goals, your own goals could be the reason why you should be stressed out because you put the pressure on yourself to achieve them. You know, because if you're or aware of the time, especially for men, we're more aware of time. And I believe majority of the time is when, especially after you lose someone, you get just more aware of time. And my uncle told me yesterday, he was like, yeah, I'm 43. And he looks like he's still 34, 35, looks mad young, but the emphasis on time passing by and spending time with family and stuff like that, and you just realize, man, time is flying. Time is flying. So you have to be constantly trying to work on what's next, especially when you have people counting on you, when you have family counting on you, when you have generations counting on you. If you take that task, if that's your mindset, if that's what you are drawn to, and I believe you are drawn to, if you tune into this, if you hear this, you're drawn to this message because you're on that frequency. You know, you understand how important time is. You understand how it is, trying to achieve something. I'm very guilty of setting goals for myself and trying to go and do everything I can to achieve that goal. It's a double-edged sword. Super ambitious, super excited to try to achieve a new goal that I stress myself out about it when I don't have to. So I put on unwanted stress unwanted anxiety type of things from on me for no reason because I want to achieve something so bad, you know, even when I don't even have to because maybe I'm just aware of the time that I don't know how much time I got left. All I know is what I want to do before my time is up, gone, done, whatever it is. I realize I'm in that motion. I'm in that motion, and I know it is not for the mentally weak. If you want to achieve something and be something that your family is proud of, that you're proud of for yourself, that you're trying to get done and be in life, you know time is always ticking against you. And I don't know what it is though. Every year that you pass by, it seems to get faster and faster and faster. The older you get, the faster time seems to get. And it's only like that when you're not where you want to be in life. Like when you hit all your financial goals, you know, it'll see. I don't even think so. I believe it speeds up. It feels like it speeds up even more because you're trying to get everything done that you want to get done. So you could. The whole point. I used to listen to Myron Golden. He's a business coach. Bought a couple of his courses. Took a couple of his exams. Not exams, but what was his challenges? And he was like, get rich so you can be able to spend the time with the people that you will need to spend the time with. So you have all the time to spend the time with the people that you need to spend the time with. Because he lost a son, and he was like, I wish I had more time to spend with him instead of doing all the other stuff that I had going on in my life that had me discombobulated, bills, trying to do this with job and stuff like that. And me with my father, once you start losing people and you're getting older, you just start being more relevant of what time means to you and how important it is to be with the people that you love all the time. So you're constantly building, and especially the first generation, first time people trying to make something different in their life. You know, I'm speaking from the perspective of a basketball player that's been playing for 12 years, that just started my wealth journey 3, 4 years ago. You know, trying to get to my first 6 figures invested, my over 6 figures in assets. Like these things weren't accumulated out of the blue, but they were accumulated by a period like a focused thought process. The more focus I got is when things started to change. And that reminded me of a time. I remember this. I remember I was reading when I first started in one of the books. They said write down what's your network. Put all the things down that you have, all your assets, all your liabilities. Put them down so you can see what your net worth is. And I remember looking at it then, and I was just like, bro, my net worth is trash. Like it's never gonna be nothing. I ain't gonna say it's never gonna be nothing, but it's like it was like write it down each month so you could gauge where you were at and where you're, how far you come. This, that, and the third. I didn't really think. I started doing it, but I had it in one of my notes and ended up losing it. And it just kind of make you think like, hmm, I wish I would have kept that going because my net worth from back then to what it is now has been at least 10x. And that's just the process. You just got to keep going. You got to keep going, and you don't realize the compounding of time and of things that are happening for you because you're so caught up in it. Man, I got to get this done. I got to do that. You're stressed out. I need to get the money for this. I need to get this money by tomorrow. Huh? Huh? I got to get this money by tomorrow. That's how, that's how we be. I need to get this money by tomorrow, but I can't get the bread. You know, I can't get the money that I want. I'm trying to get it. I need to get it fast. I gotta get it for my mom. I gotta get it for my daughter. I gotta get it for my family. I gotta get it for my generations. I gotta get it for this. I gotta get it for that. And you stress yourself out. You get all worked up about it, and you don't even pay attention to how far you came from where you have been before. You start realizing how far you didn't came. I look at myself. I look at now. I got mad assets and stuff, and I wish I would have kept it from the start to see where I was at to where I'm at now, and just the growth of where you be. Like, don't discount where you have been based on where you at now or where you think you're at. Because Oh, wasn't able to get this. I wasn't able to get that. I wasn't able to get this. So you start judging yourself that I'm not here. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. You cannot do that to yourself. You cannot do that to yourself. Every time you take away from yourself in the growth of how far you've come, you know what I'm saying? You're your biggest judge because you're your biggest judge. You're just putting extra anxiety, stress. You're putting that on yourself for no reason at all. We all do it. I'm the king of doing it to myself. Oh man, I wasn't able to get this. I gotta pay this. I gotta get this. This ain't come in. And it just you could be your own executioner by the thoughts that you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? By the thoughts that you're thinking. Don't think about how difficult it is in the moment. Think about how far you've came to get you to this moment right now. Think about how far you came to get you to this moment. Like I said before, I remember 7 years ago, coming home, no assets, no extra money, no YouTube channel, no business, no vision, no drive to make something different and change my family's life. It was just, I'm out here hooping. I'm out here hooping. I'm out here just being a pro basketball player for myself and doing the woo 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 woo. That's just was my mindset. I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Let's grind. Let's grow. Let's get this money. Like people would be like, yeah, let's get this money. What does that mean? Let's get this money. Are you really trying to get to this money? You know, cause do you really understand what it means to get to this money? What is your system that you have that you are building that's going to get you to the next level in your life, so you can think about how to expand, how to grow, how to affect and change people. You ain't changing. You're not changing lives. You start realizing when you have the power to affect and change someone else's life, how that changes your life. Once this focus comes from you and the focus comes to help and changing other people's lives, you start realizing the emphasis and the importance on your life and how you have to get on your grind, how you have to tighten up, how you have to wake up and say, you know what, man, it's my time. I gotta get that. I gotta get something. Something gotta give. Something gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. You know, I mean, people counting on me. I gotta do this, man. It becomes overwhelming, and it becomes like real. It becomes real. You know what I'm saying? It becomes real because you're like, man, I have. Time is not gonna wait for me. Time is not waiting for me. Enjoy where you at in the moment of where you are now. Be appreciative of where you came from. Keep building on that. Keep standing on that because you will look back one day and be like, dang, look how far I've come. That's crazy. Look, man, that's all I got for this episode today. I'll catch you guys here back tomorrow or our daily live until the end of the year. Hey, man, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.